Tonight on Podcast Them Down, we talk about Dream Theater stopping at Home Depot for their tour so they could get a giant 10-foot inflatable Halloween Shadow Man for their North American tour.
Cast them down.
Hail Metal Nation, it is I, Tim, that is Mike, and that's it. That's all the introductions. We recently went to see Dream Theater at the, wow, it wasn't recent at all. It was a month ago. I'm looking at the date.
It is, however,
we've been busy.
it's more recent than the last time we saw Dream Theater this year.
Yes. Well, yeah. So the second time in 2025 to see Dream Theater, this was at the Lyric Performing Arts Center. I thought it was the Lyric Opera House, but at some point they dropped the opera part.
I didn't know that.
In Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, it was. Here's the conclusion. James LaBrie sounds better than ever.
Yeah.
Well, not better than ever. He sounds better than he has recently. How about that? I think that's like the main takeaway of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this time we got, I think the last few times I was like, one day I need to sit up close. I'm going to spring for it. I want to pay, see Dream Theater up close. Cause when we saw them in DC, we were like, I don't know, 6 miles away. And all those blurry little guys, on stage couldn't really see very well. But, yeah, so this time, it was surprisingly affordable to sit in row B, which is not the second row in the Lyric Opera House. What's that about? Yeah, it's the fifth row. Why don't they just make that E so you know what you're buying? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they seem to, at least towards the beginning, have problems selling tickets because they'd get on and be like, they get on Instagram or whatever and say like, if you saw us last time, you should come see us again because we got a whole new show for you. Like, kind of going, hey, we saw the pre-sales and they're low. Please come.
Come on.
So the way up front seats were way cheaper than they would have been in DC for the same seats 6 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was, what was it, like 140 or 150 or something like that?
Yeah, which is still a lot. Like,
yeah.
But,
but
yeah, I was like, I'm doing it. And speaking of like, I gotta splurge once. My friend, I don't know if he wants his name broadcast everywhere, so let's just call him my friend. My friend paid for the meet and greet. And so you get some kind of special laminate, you get a poster or a shirt or something, and you get to meet them. You get a photo. But he told me you're not allowed to shake their hands. Because some dick is gonna like, hey, John Petrucci, and like, do that crushing handshake thing. And like, up, tour's off. Some asshole broke John Petrucci's hand.
That's one of those like brown M&Ms things where it's like, oh, what divas? And it's like, yeah. But if you see, if I saw brown M&Ms in that bowl, I knew.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
if I let somebody shake my hand, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd pay extra to see Dream Theater because what am I going to say that they haven't heard a bajillion times? Like, I like your music songs.
I did a VIP with Devin Townsend once or twice, and it was, I don't know, it was a lot more like, it wasn't very structured. It was just like, here's a room, here comes the band, and you're just like, hey. So you're basically just shooting the shit with it. It was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to do that for Metallica. I wouldn't like to take out a mortgage because that's what another mortgage because that's what it would take to to afford the Metallica meet and greet.
I can only imagine.
And they'll probably like send out one of Lars's kids, you know. Go talk to him.
This is the meet and greet. Contact with just the DNA of Lars.
Yeah. Like, I really like your dad's music. Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, he's okay, I guess.
Yeah, so meet and greet. I know people also did the King Diamond meet and greet last time he came through, and no one seems upset, but when you spend that much extra, maybe you're just like,
I think you kind of
even if it went poorly, like you're gonna try to be convincing yourself it was worth it.
Well, I think you also sort of accept what it is. Like, you get in those situations where you do the VIP and you know in your heart of hearts that these people don't want to do this.
Right.
Like nobody wants to do it, but it pays a lot more money. You know, you get people to pay money. So you realize going in that you're imposing.
Well, back in the day, we used to like leave straight after the show and hang out by the bus.
Yep.
And just wait. I can't do that anymore. I want to go to bed, but
I remember shaking the hands of Sonata Arctica that way.
Yeah, I remember the cold fish limp handshake from a certain bassist of Symphony X that way. It was like a dead hand, you know?
It's all burnt out from all that finger picking.
Yeah, perhaps. So, Dream Theater, since the last North American tour, have upgraded their lights just a little bit. Did they have the LED panels last time?
They had some, but it was a lot more like, it was like Portnoy was on a stand that had more panels. So it was like big screen continues on to, this continues on to, whatever else. But it was kind of neat. It was like a segmented display.
Yeah. And they bought some lasers, which is actually what this photo is. And it doesn't really translate in the photo, but the lasers at points, they'd like do a wide beam. So it was a very flat, wide beam. And they would do fog under it. And it would it gave you the look like you're underwater. It was pretty cool. But like I said, I don't know if it doesn't really translate.
It looks neat. I mean, those light fixtures are awesome.
And there's John Myung right there. Oh yeah, and they'd like go up and down too.
Well, let's talk about, getting there, like we normally do, like the whole story. Yep. All right. So the most important thing, I'm sure everybody wants to know, where did we go to eat first?
I already forgot.
We went to Honey Grow,
yeah.
And it was good, and I wanted a second entire bowl.
Yeah, that's the problem with that place.
Yeah. It's not cheap, and you want twice of what they give you.
Yeah, and they have touch panels. Like it's kind of like going to Wawa. You're not allowed to talk to anyone, but they're like 2 feet away from you, Do
not make eye contact with the food artists.
The food artists.
Your sandwich artisans.
Yeah. And so it's like a stir fry. I don't understand quite what it is besides. So it's a stir fry place where they have like pre-made bowls, but you can build your own. And then there's also, you can get salads. And then there's like a dessert thing that's kind of like a yogurt bar. But again, you have to order you don't get to pick your toppings. I've only had the stir fry.
Yeah, I think the best way to describe the meal is that it's effectively, say you're an American and you decided to go and make a Chinese stir fry without having any idea what the hell that means. That's basically what you get. It's not bad. It's good, but it's like a vaguely Asian fusion of bullshit.
Yep. And well, it's also right next to one of the many, 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 many Nashville hot chicken places, which I don't understand why there are so many and why none of them are good.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. It's just, once that dies out, I will feel nothing. Oh, okay.
It's like,
all right.
Cayenne pepper is gonna go up in price. No, down in price, because demand will.
The cayenne pepper markets are going to.
Yeah.
Crater.
It's big cayenne that's behind this whole thing.
Cayenne. God damn it. Cayenne Santo.
Yeah. So then we drove into the city, and it happened to be an Orioles game.
And there was a bike race, I think.
Oh, really?
That just ended.
Oh, okay.
So I don't. They sent me like a warning, like, "Hey, traffic's going to be just fucked. Be careful." We did some sort of street parking.
Well, we also drove by the Orioles game, which was against the Dodgers, and the Dodgers pitcher blew a no-hitter in the bottom of the ninth. So I read about that later. So the city of Baltimore had good vibes.
Yeah, there was just a lot going on.
Yeah, I won't reveal your secret street parking area because it's brilliant, and I want to keep it for myself.
I don't even remember where I parked.
Oh, I know.
I just search around. I try to orient myself so that I am wherever I want to start going after the show.
Nice.
That's what I do. Because you ever leave like CFG and it's just a mess.
Yeah.
If you park like 2 blocks away, you just get in your car and you go.
Yeah. Well, that's why when I go to demos games, I take the light rail because it gets you out of there.
Yeah. That's like an appropriate use for the light rail.
Yeah. So let's see. So we got there with time to spare for you to get a hot dog.
Yes. I got a hot dog. Amber got a popcorn.
Yeah. I forget if there was anything else, but across from concessions was the merch. Now the merch was like somewhat reasonably priced, but again, there was not too much I actually wanted. They had since this tour, they're playing A Change of Seasons as the encore, when it's not a surprise because they're promoting the fact that they're playing A Change of Seasons.
Right.
But they save it for the encore. Oh, spoiler alert.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Just turn off the episode.
Yeah, but they were selling a shirt with the Change of Seasons artwork on it, which I think is just trash artwork.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
It's like bad 90s. I'm sure at the time it was very good, but it's bad 90s composite digital art.
It's the 90s equivalent of AI.
Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, so they had that. I haven't had the desire to buy a Dream Theater shirt in a long time, and I almost had it this time. So it's trending in the right direction. Maybe they'll have a good new shirt next time.
They're going to go the opposite direction.
Maybe. All right. So let's see. So
the tour, Tim was a social butterfly and met like 8,000 friends from childhood.
But I talked to a guy I went to kindergarten with, and a guy who I also went to elementary school with, and then we were roommates in college as well.
Nice.
And we shamed our mutual friend who didn't come. So, but yeah, I haven't seen that one guy in like 20 years, and I put on all the weight he lost. So,
but we got through the line, or we got through the concession line. We considered, Amber and I considered merch as well, but it was like, I don't know. We just bought a bunch of shirts at the previous show, and other than a change of seasons, with the other stuff they had wasn't significantly different. So we go out. Our seats are actually incredible.
Yeah, they're right in front of John Myung.
Yeah. So you're going to see, this the whole night.
Yeah, you'll see him standing still for 95% of the night. He had sheet music. Like he had a little iPad.
Oh yeah.
On a stand that wasn't high. It was probably like halfway shin height, halfway to his knee. And he could control it with some kind of foot pedal. So he has sheet music now. And I was thinking it's weird that he needs sheet music. But then it's also weird that Jordan Rudess has had it from day one and no one's complained. Why can't he have it? Meanwhile, the guy you'd expect who would need help, James Labrie, with lyrics, because every singer has a teleprompter these days. He did not have one. No teleprompter.
Huh. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the stage. We talked about it a little bit. We had the segmented displays. So the theme of the tour was actually Parasomnia. Unlike their last tour right after they released Parasomnia, where they only played 2 Parasomnia songs, this time they played the whole album. And Parasomnia is a really good album, or I like it anyway. So I was pretty excited about this. Some of the funnier things, though, is that, like, you know, like the front of the Parasomnia cover is just this. It's a straight room
Forgot about this.
with a bed slaunchwise.
What was that word?
Slaunchwise.
Slaunchwise.
It's from Homestar Runner. That's why I have this for Hugo Gods.
Oh, I thought it was Hamsar. How do you type with boxing gloves on?
So they have the bed just.
Trogdor was a man. Sorry, go ahead. There was a bed slaunchwise on the cover.
There's a bed slaunchwise on the cover of the album, and there was a bed slaunchwise in the middle of the stage, which was weird because I was like worried.
A much less sturdy looking bed, by the way.
Yeah, and we were joking about needing it for the tour. It's like we need 2 bed techs.
Bed techs, yeah. And the bed techs did come out and take the bed away after the end of the first act. They also had these like street lights. You know, they seem to, for this album, they seem to be going for the same like late 19th century aesthetic that Opeth is going for.
Yeah, it has that look of like, I don't know, the outdoors in every Sherlock Holmes film. That's what it looks like.
Including the Shadow Man.
Yeah. So, but it was otherwise actually fairly simple, I would say. I mean, you had the displays, the bed, the lights, and then it was just pretty much just their gear. One interesting thing we made fun of last time.
Yep. I was going to bring it up if you didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So the display last time, like 6 months ago, was oriented so occasionally it cycles through a bunch of different imagery. And if he would play the high note, like on his, or I guess the low note on his right, it would show up on your left. So like wherever am I saying that right?
It was as if, so his keyboard display animation thing was as if you were playing it.
Yes.
Yeah. So when he goes like up the thing, it goes the opposite way on the display.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. It was really distracting because he'd be playing up high and it looks like he's playing down low, and they fixed that.
Yep. They reversed it,
but they didn't fix every visualization. They fixed just that one, but then the rest had to say, but they were used so much less frequently that I was like, it's probably just not worth it.
Yep.
But I did think it was funny.
Yeah. He still had he had the same rig, I believe, because he had the pedal steel guitar, and the Continuum, which he had last time because of Octavarium, but they didn't do Octavarium this time.
I think he just uses it like for solo.
He did play it. I forget when though.
Yeah. So they start and everybody stands up immediately.
Oh yeah.
And I immediately start swearing. Because I'm so mad about it because it's like I paid for seats. I'm old.
You paid for the whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge.
I don't even need that because I have to stand up because everybody in front of me and then some guy.
The 4 rows in front of us stood up. So
some fucking guy, you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy too. This is why we got to do it closer than a month after the fact. Yeah, people. You've reminded me. People film like the intro tape to all these concerts, and it's just like every band has a 5-minute nothing synth intro, and every moron pulls out their phone and films the entire thing in 4K, shaky, like.
But what are you gonna do? It's like, oh, look at this. You know, it's like, it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be just absolute garbage. It's like, oh, I can't wait to relive that memory. But the first song is played. It was in the Arms of Morpheus or in the Something of Morpheus.
Yep.
It's played on an 8-string, which is interesting. So they've got this alarm clock sample that starts with that song, and it cut through everything.
It's like, everyone's awake now.
Jesus Christ. I had a really good view of the band through that guy's phone. To be fair, I asked him to put it down, and he did, and he kept it down the rest of the show. So I shouldn't give him that.
Yeah, I grab a handful of photos and part of a song on video. Sometimes I'll do an entire song, but I also don't hold it up. You know, I mean, it's like here.
Yeah, like if you're filming like in front of yourself, whatever. Yeah. You know, it doesn't matter. But if you're filming above your head,
right.
So they basically just played Parasomnia straight through. I don't know that there's a ton interesting to go through.
Well, I really like Bend the Clock, and I think they had just put out a lyric video or a music video for Bend the Clock, which added, I don't know if that's what the story of the song is about, but I thought the video was great, and they timed the release, so
yeah,
you know, it was like around the time of the concert, and so I really enjoyed that song in particular.
There was one song where they had footage from like some PTSD war veteran, and it was really stressful. It was
that night. It was either Night Terror or A Broken Man.
It was probably A Broken Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It had to be from a show or a movie or something.
Yeah, it was really high production quality.
Yeah, but it's like worrying. It's like, I think sometimes you can choose a visualization so good that it's distracting. And that's what that was. And I'm not saying it was necessarily super high quality. It was just like, it was so engaging. He's not going to shoot his kid, is he? Oh no. But other than that, I mean, I think the visualizations were pretty minor, kind of in theme with their typical kind of background fodder.
It was pretty good. It wasn't distracting. I have nothing bad to say about it.
I'm sure there was AI slop in there somewhere.
If there was, it was well concealed.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah, seeing them play Parasomnia reminded me of how much I actually enjoy that. And we were talking about Labrie earlier. We should discuss it. He was great.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, if he's got a different coach or maybe it's just early in the tour or.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
I don't know. Yeah, he's been really hit or miss the last few times I've seen them. Even when he misses, he's good. But, you know, like.
He's just distracting when he's off.
Yeah.
This time, though, I mean, he sounded perfect. And I don't remember if we were discussing it, but I'm almost wondering if it's like a Hansi Kirsch situation where if you catch him early in the tour, he's great, but then his voice is blown because he's played like 600 dates.
Right.
And it's like, okay, you know, realistically, that would happen to any human being singing at their level, right? Like you can't sing that well every day for months.
Right. Some people can't sing that well to begin with, Vince Neil.
Bruce Springsteen. He just never bought it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
mad.
Act 1, all of Parasomnia. So they closed, obviously, with the Shadow Man incident. And as they're starting the song, they wheel out this black box.
No, so that black box had been there from pretty early on, and
it was like on the riser,
and we were trying to figure. It's like, what is that? And at some point, we were like, oh, what if it's for the Shadow Man incident? What if it's like a thing,
like a wacky inflatable tube man?
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting it to be like something ominous. So they play.
So as they're like when they start the song, a bunch of stagehands come out. A hook comes down from the ceiling. They open the top of the box and they attach it, and then they all run away. So I'll let you describe the reveal. And
so finally it starts inflating, and I'm like, oh, I'm talking to Amber. I'm like, look, it's happening, and adorable.
You can't make inflatable things scary.
I think I was expecting there to be like flowing fabric and it was like, and then maybe like red eyes or something. But it was just this like extremely well sealed. So it just inflated and then it was stationary. It was like a rock. So
Yeah, it was huge. It was all black.
It was so cute.
Yeah, it was just like
It's
just like those big skeletons people buy from Home Depot for Halloween. So, like, I might buy a Shadow Man. I don't know. Maybe if it's on clearance. Yeah, it was hilarious. So,
yeah, but so it was actually really distracting because I mean, I don't know if it was like a Spinal Tap thing where they like.
Oh, they ordered it and they're like, this is going to be so awesome.
They get it. They're like, oh, well, we got it.
Yeah. So that was the end of Act 1. They had their, 10, 15-minute break.
Yep.
Then did Act 2. So
got to walk around and get my deep vein thrombosis out.
Yeah. That would sound hot if it wasn't gross.
Ew.
Act 2 was Panic Attack, the first time they played it on the tour. Enemy Inside, Through My Words, Fatal Tragedy, The Dark Eternal Night, first time on the tour. Peruvian Skies, which oddly had Wish You Were Here and Wherever I May Roam jammed into the middle of it.
Yeah.
And then Take the Time. Yeah, it's off Images and Words.
I'm a poser. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was that. I feel like that section was your typical mix of Dream Theater, stuff from 90s and 2000s. Like,
smattering.
Exactly, it was a smattering.
A good Dream Theater smattering.
So now, if you remember, my dad came to DC to see the show. He decided not to come to Baltimore. And if you're not really into Dream Theater, like thoroughly, I feel like you only needed to do one of the shows. Because unless you really like the whole new album, which as far as I know, he doesn't enjoy it more than others. It was the same. You'd get the same satisfaction from the DC show as you would from the Baltimore show 6 months later, because they had, like, the first act was a bunch of new stuff and a smattering of other stuff. And the second was a smattering of older stuff. And then they did an encore with an epic song. Yeah. So I would say he didn't miss anything except for the Shadow Man.
It's worth it.
Yeah, but if you're real big into Dream Theater, you'd go to 2 a year, So
no, I mean, it was, and then obviously the closer is A Change of Seasons. It's been a while since I've just sat and listened to that song. And there was a lot I had forgotten about it, especially like the Dead Poets Society.
Oh yeah,
bits and pieces.
Yeah, they opened it with the Dead Poets Society like clip from the movie. Yeah,
and like for my wife who doesn't know the song, and she comes with us to shows and stuff, but she's not usually like, hey, let's go to a show. She's like, okay, let's go. But she found that really interesting. So she was like really. She was really entertained by all the Dead Poets Society references. But I mean, that song they did wonderful.
Yeah. I really liked the performance. That song, if you're not aware, is about, in part, Mike Portnoy's mother. And the last thing he said to her was, please don't go, before she died in a plane crash. And that's like a pivotal moment in the song.
That's brutal.
And so, and recently he did, The Best of Times, which is about his dad dying from cancer. And then he has stated several times that he wants to do the whole 12-step suite, which is him beating alcoholism. Like, I don't know if I could perform stuff like that night after night after night after night. I'd just be a miserable wreck every day.
They did the 12-step suite. I mean, like
he did, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Because I saw Mike Portnoy's Shattered Fortress. My joke used to be that, it's a hidden album. the 12-step suite is a hidden album along Dream Theater's albums. And I'd always say, yeah, if it was its own album, it'd be the worst Dream Theater album. But I don't know if that's, I mean, like, yeah, I don't like the Glass Prison, but
funny. I really like the Glass Prison.
Yeah, well, it's fine. But I think the Shattered Fortress, the song, does a great job of grabbing all the themes and tying it all together and making the whole thing cohesive if you have a long enough attention span for it, you know?
Yeah, it is a riff salad. It's a wild.
So they did all of A Change of Seasons, and that was it.
Let's talk a little bit about their performances, because I find this interesting. This might be my favorite Dream Theater show. It was just something about it. And it was also one of the few times I've seen almost every musician flub.
Oh yeah.
Flub their performance.
Yeah, that was great.
Which I like, they never do. And not like they weren't like out of control, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't like they had to stop playing. It was just like some slop or a missed note here.
Yeah, very human things. And they're usually so precise, that I found it like, wow. That's really
I bet they went and they got themselves some blue crabs, and they got the Old Bay in their cuts.
The Old Bay Syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a band name right there.
OBS. We are Old Bay Syndrome. I feel like that would be a punk band, though.
Yeah, it would be a crust punk band.
Right.
Touring with Toxic Narcotic, Old Bay Syndrome. But yeah, regardless of the flubs, which again were like minimal.
Yeah, you had to be listening for for them.
They were super tiny. It was just uncharacteristic. But it was a fantastic show. I mean, just the energy for each song, especially how close we were. I mean, you could just see everything.
Yeah, that was my ceiling. I don't think I will pay more than that to get any closer. So
yeah, I had a great time.
Real quick, remember last time they swapped out 2 or 3 songs every date of the tour. So the next night, was it the next night? 2-3 nights later, they played Charleston, South Carolina, and they played As I Am, which we didn't hear.
Right.
They still did the Enemy Inside and Panic Attack.
So they just added more?
I think As I Am is long, so I'm a little confused here. All right, so our Act 2 was Panic Attack, Enemy Inside. That was it. Is no Enemy Inside. No, it's there. Damn it. As I Am, Enemy Inside, Panic Attack, Through My Words, Fatal Tragedy, Peruvian Skies, Take the Time. That is what they did in South Carolina. We got Panic Attack, The Enemy Inside, Through My Words, Fatal Tragedy, The Dark Eternal Night, which they didn't get.
Okay.
And Peruvian Skies and Take the Time.
All right.
So that's what they missed.
All righty.
I don't know. Like, it's about, like, I'd say it's equivalent, you know?
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about The Dark Eternal Night is Mike Portnoy going, you know, like, when he does his vocals, it often ruins it for me. Yeah.
After that, you know, got the hell out of Dodge. Easy exit. It was a beautiful venue. I really like that venue, which is nice.
Yeah. Good sound.
And I think that's about it. We drove home. Did we stop anywhere and get for sure?
We usually do. I don't think we did. I don't know. We'll make up for it next time. So until next time, Metal Nation, Depot, inflatables. They all look like shit. All right, how about until next time, Metal Nation, don't buy those shitty inflatables for Halloween or Christmas. They always look bad. Make your house look like shit. Don't do it. You don't have any, do you?
No.
All right, good. Just making sure.
Cast them down.
If you did, I'd just soften my language.
I went to the dispensary and got myself some inflatables. 20 milligram. I don't know how this works.
Dude, I got some inflatables.